Hello, children! I'm so glad you're back to hear the rest of the story. If you missed it, I will give you a recap. So, the story is about Akiva. Akiva the shepherd. Here's his sheep. Akiva the shepherd works for a wealthy man named Kalba Savua. Kalba Savua was a wealthy man, and he used to be kind and help people who were poor. Kalba Savua had a daughter named Rachel. Now, Akiva really liked Rachel, and Akiva asked Rachel if she would marry him. Now, Rachel also liked Akiva. She saw how hardworking Akiva was and how kind he was, and she thought he would be a good husband. She really liked him. And Akiva saw Rachel also as kind and also beautiful, and he really liked her. And so they decided to get married. It was all very nice, but remember what Kalba Savua? Rachel's dad was not very happy about it. Kalba Savua wanted Rachel to marry a Talmid Chacham. And remember, Rabbi Akiva didn't even know the Alef Bet. So Kalba Savua said, "Sorry, Rachel, if you marry Akiva, you cannot stay in my house. I will not be giving you any money. You will have to go away from here." Rachel was very sad. "Daddy, I'm really sad that you're saying this, but I love Akiva so much, and I'm going to marry him anyways. Bye, Daddy." And Rachel went to marry Akiva. Now, Rachel told Akiva one thing before they got married. She said, "Akiva, if I marry you, you need to promise me that you're going to try your best to start learning Torah." Akiva said, "But Rachel, I'm a grown-up already. I missed my chance to learn Alef Bet. Alef Bet is for little children. How can I learn the Alef Bet if I'm already an adult?" Rachel said, "Akiva, that's not an excuse not to learn. You can learn even if you're an adult. You can do it if you try." Akiva said, "Okay, Rachel, I will agree to your condition." And so they got married. Now, they didn't live in a nice house. They didn't live in Kalba Savua's house. They didn't have a lot of money. They were very poor. So they lived in a horse stable where horses live, which is not very nice, but they loved each other so much and they were happy. See? Now every day Akiva would go and chop wood so he could make money for the family. He would leave early in the morning, go and chop wood the whole day, then he would go and sell the wood, and he would use his money to buy food for Rachel. Now Rachel had a baby. Let's see her baby. So Akiva and Rachel had a little baby boy named Yehoshua. And they also had a little baby girl named Shulamit. You see that? There they are. A happy family. Now Yeshua was growing up and getting older, and it was time for him to start learning the Alef Bet. And Rachel said to Akiva, "Akiva, remember what you promised when we got married? That you would learn the Alef Bet? You would try?" Oh, when Rachel reminded Akiva of what he had promised, he felt very discouraged. He reminded Rachel his feelings. He said, "Rachel, I know I promised that, but I feel so discouraged. I feel like I won't be able to do it. I'm a grown-up, and all the children learn the Alef Bet, not grown-ups. I don't think the Alef Bet's going to go into my head. I feel so discouraged, Rachel." Rachel said to Akiva, "Don't worry, Akiva. You're a hard worker. I've seen you work hard and succeed. I think that if you put your head to it, you will succeed." Akiva did not get that feeling. He went to work that day feeling very discouraged. And off he went to work. And you know what happened in work that day when he went to the river? He noticed something very interesting. He noticed water dripping on a rock. Drip, drip, drip. Akiva said as he saw the water dripping on the rock. I can see there is a hole in this rock, just from water dripping. Wow, that's interesting. Maybe if I learn Torah, then the water, which is Torah, will go into my head. Just like the rock can get water in it, so too my head, which feels like a rock, will be able to have Torah come inside it. Akiva felt like that was a message straight for him, and he decided to go home and tell his wife Rachel what he saw that day. Rachel, Rachel, Akiva said, I saw a rock today that had a hole in it. I feel like that's telling me that I can learn Torah too, because the water can go into my head, which is like a rock. I think I'm ready to give this a try. Rachel was so happy to hear that Akiva was willing to give it a try. The next day, Akiva went to school. He went to school with all the little children. So Akiva went to school with all the little children that day. Can you see to here? He's in school. Here's all the little children sitting around the Alef Bet chart learning the Alef Bet. And Akiva's here too. The little children were laughing. Psst, look at the daddy. Look at that daddy in our class. He's such a grown-up and he's learning the Alef Bet. And the children were laughing at him. And Akiva was trying to listen and learn. And he just felt so upset. He just felt so embarrassed. At the end of the day, he went home from school and he told Rachel, he said, Rachel, I can't do this. This is too hard. I'm so ashamed. All the children were laughing at me. I feel so embarrassed from going to school. I can't go back there. I quit. I can't do this. She was very sad. She said, you care more about what other people think than what I think? You can't let what other people think make you not learn, Akiva. Akiva felt very discouraged. He really, really didn't want to go back to school. It was so embarrassing for him. But Rachel insisted. She said, Akiva, you have to stop thinking what other people, you have to stop caring what other people think and do what you want to do. So Akiva decided he was going to give it one more go. And he went back to school the next day with his son. And he continued to try and learn. He looked at the Alef Bet very carefully. And he tried to remember all the shapes and all the sounds. And finally, the letters started to go inside his head. And he started to understand and learn them and remember them. His teacher said, Akiva, you're ready to go to the next class. You know everything that you need to know for this class. So Akiva started learning with another teacher. His name was Rabbi Nachum. And he was learning with Rabbi Nachum every day. And he was working really hard to know everything that Rabbi Nachum was teaching him. Finally, Rabbi Nachum said to him, Akiva, I have taught you everything that I know. I think you're ready to go to a big yeshiva in a town called Yavne. There's a very clever teacher there. His name is Rabbi Eliezer, and he can teach you more things about the Torah. Akiva wasn't sure. He went home to ask Rachel. What do you think Rachel said? Akiva told Rachel, Rachel, Rabbi Nachum told me that he taught me everything that he knows, and he thinks I should go to Yavne. I don't want to leave you and the children. I don't want to go to Yavne. Rachel said, don't be silly, Akiva. This is your chance. Go. I will send you money. I will pay for it, and I will make sure that everything's okay here. You don't worry about it. You go. The next morning, Akiva was ready to go, and he noticed Rachel was wearing a scarf on her head. Rachel, why are you wearing a scarf on your head? Oh, I'm just a little cold, Akiva. But really, Rachel had cut off her hair and sold it at the market so that she could have money to give Akiva for the long journey to yeshiva. Akiva took the money, took the food, and said goodbye to his children. He gave Yeshua a big hug and kiss. Mwah! He gave Shulam a big hug and kiss. Mwah! Gave Rachel a big hug and kiss. Mwah! And he went all the way on a long journey to Yavne to learn Torah. In the yeshiva, Akiva he didn't know a lot of Torah, but his teachers saw how hard he tried, and he didn't give up, and he kept trying, and he learnt a little bit of Torah every day, and eventually he started to really know a lot of Torah, and he started to teach some Torah. Went to yeshiva, and he studied Torah with his teachers, Rabbi Eliezer, and he tried very hard to learn Torah. Some days he didn't feel like he could do it, but he remembered the water dripping on the rock, and he knew that if he keeps trying, he'll get there. And he did. Akiva soon learned so much Torah that he became Rabbi Akiva. And he started teaching Torah to other people who wanted to learn Torah. Now he is Rabbi Akiva. You see? Now Rabbi Akiva started teaching students Torah. Lots of students love to come to Rabbi Akiva's yeshiva now because, can you see all his students? Because Akiva treated them so well. When he was little, Akiva was poor, and he remembers how it feels not to be treated nicely. So he treated all his students so lovingly and kindly. He made sure they each felt comfortable, and he took really good care of them. He also taught them very well. He taught them so much Torah. Rabbi Akiva got thousands and thousands of students. All around the world, people would come and want to learn from Rabbi Akiva. At home, Rachel looked after her children. She made sure that the house was clean. She made as much money as she could, and she sent it to Akiva. And every night when she tucked her children into bed, she would tell them, you know, your daddy is learning Torah, and you should be very proud of him, because I am really proud of your daddy for learning Torah. You'll see, you're going to be proud of him too. Now, Akiva missed his family so much. After 12 years, he decided that he wanted to go home and visit his wife and his children. So he started walking home, walking. And as he came towards his house, he heard inside the house, Rachel was talking to her friend Leah. And Leah was saying, Rachel, I'm so sorry that your husband Akiva is so far away and you don't get to have him home with you. Rachel said, oh, Leah, don't be silly. I'm so proud of Akiva learning. If it was up to me, I would like him to go and learn for another 12 years so he could learn even more Torah. It makes me so happy to know that he's learning Torah and becoming full of Torah. When Akiva heard that, he thought to himself, oh wow, Rachel wants me to go learn Torah for another 12 years. I would love to do that. I'm going to go back and learn Torah for another 12 years. So Akiva went back to his yeshiva, the one that he opened. And he continued to learn Torah, and he continued to teach Torah for another 12 years. By the end of 12 and 12, do you know what 12 and 12 is, children? That's right, it's 24. 24 years. He had 24,000 students. That's a lot of students. And he was a very, very, very big Torah scholar. He knew a lot of Torah, but he also loved his students so much. He was ready to go home to see his family, and he missed them so, so much. So he decided it was time to go back to his wife, Rachel, and his children. And off he went to go visit them. And he took his students with him. Now Rachel, she lived in Yerushalayim. And everyone in Yerushalayim was getting ready to see a very great rabbi. Now, children, that's it for today. Tomorrow, we are going to see what happens when Akiva comes home to see his wife and children. All right? Now let's sing our Rabbi Akiva song. Are you ready? Many years ago, a poor shepherd boy watched the sheep all day. Akiva didn't even know the Alef Bet, which all of us can say. Akiva didn't even know the Alef Bet, which all of us can say. Rachel, his smart wife, gave him good advice. This is what she said: it's never too late to start learning Torah if you can use your head. It's never too late to start learning Torah if you use your head. Rabbi Akiva learned all day and night. A Talmid Chacham he became. He had many Talmidim who all learned Torah, and you can do the same. He had many Talmidim who all learned Torah, and you can do the same. All right, friends. Thanks for listening. I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.